Mind reading present. 5 best ways to make him love you so much. If you've got a special guy in your life, then you're probably pretty pumped. Trust me, I know the feeling. I met my current fiancé 4 years ago on a work trip, and it was magic from the start. Our chemistry rocked. Our conversations never got boring, and the more I got to know him, the more I fell in love. Was he as into it as me, or had I hit the gas pedal too hard right off the start line? Long story short, I almost lost my guy. The reason is that I'd been consistently missing out on many of the essential things that a woman has to do to make her guy fall for her. I don't want you to make the same mistake and risk losing your man. Here are the top 5 ways to ensure that your partner not only sticks by your side, but falls deeper in love every day. Number 1. Don't sleep with him too quickly. This isn't slut shaming or a Puritan guide to morality, but I do want to tell you straight up that sleeping with him too fast can lower his chances of falling in love with you. Girls with low self-esteem sometimes think that getting naughty right off the bat is their best chance to catch his attention. But in many cases, the opposite is true. You won't lose a guy who finds your personality and appearance attractive just because you're not going to get down with him right away. If anything, you're going to pique his interest even further and make him stay up nights thinking about your sensuous lips and mysterious but impressive level of self-control. If you want to be more than another conquest or notch in his bedpost, then you need to show him you're not like those other girls. There's no definite number to give you about when to sleep with him, but I strongly suggest using your intuition. Even if he's pining for sex, don't believe for 1 minute that not giving him will sap his interest. If it does, he was never that into you in the first place. Number 2. Create captivating conversations. There's an area of romance and relationships that even many experts constantly underestimate. The power of words. Looks can fade, and even the love of your life can go through things and do things which you never expected and aren't sure how to deal with. Mental illness, physical illness, cheating, major career changes, and more. In addition to the love and attraction you have for one another, there's a common thread that's not going to change if you cultivate it well. Conversation and the communication link between the two of you. Communication really is so crucial to a healthy and happy relationship. And I don't mean in a Dr. Phil way. If you want your man to be truly committed and in love, you don't just need to captivate his eyes. You need to hook him on your conversations. Tap into his sense of humor and share yours. Watch his eyes light up when you talk about his passions and express an interest. Share your truth and let him share his. You'll be amazed at the powerful connection that keeps growing as you do. Number 3. Don't just win his heart and mind, win his body. Now that I've warned against sleeping with him too quickly and gone all deep on you about conversations and personal connection, it's time to get a little shallow. If you get your guy very into you and admiring and feeling things for you, but you don't lock down that hottie in the bedroom, you're going to eventually see him walk out that door. Sooner or later, once things do get physical, you want to show him and tease him and please him in ways he never thought were possible. Leave him with his mouth hanging open in genuinely stunned astonishment after a sexting session or time between the sheets. Crank the physical chemistry and pleasure up to levels that will have him fantasizing in his sleep. And as soon as he wakes up in the morning, don't even worry about him cheating or not falling in love with you. By this point, you should be starting to worry about what happens if you break things off and he becomes an obsessed stalker. You want him to love you like crazy, but not be crazy other than crazy turned on by you. Number 4. Show him you love his masculinity. These days, there's a lot of talk about toxic masculinity and the problems with male entitlement. I'd have to say, it's definitely a legit problem. But you know what else is a problem? The lack of enough real men and the social demonization of masculinity. And being a guy in general. Being a dick is unacceptable. Being a person with a dick is just fine. In fact, I'm a big fan of dick people, and I'm currently engaged to one. Part of my comeback from going after my guy too hard in our early dating was showing him I loved his masculinity. I let him fix my car for me, admired his muscles, and told him how turned on I was when he took charge in various situations, including during our intimate playtimes. My fiancé was shocked at first because past relationships he'd been in had been with very dominant and masculine women who made him feel like he had to downplay his guy side. Not with me. I showed him that his little macho side turned me the hell on, and I let him express it with me on an ongoing basis. Meanwhile, I embraced some traditional feminine aspects of my personality, and he definitely got into that too, especially the blueberry pies I started making. Number 5. Let absence work its magic. They say, absence makes the heart grow fonder. And, well, whoever they are, they're right. It's just so true. When I chased too hard after my fiancé at the beginning, he started to get cold feet. I was trying too hard to convince him I was the right girl. He was already having feelings for me, but my behavior was kind of freaking him out. When I put on the brakes, it was just in time. I took a short vacation, spent more time with friends, and didn't ping him texts every 5 minutes. He definitely noticed, and slowly, but surely, he warmed back up to me again. Eventually, that blossomed into full-on love on his part. It wasn't just physically taking a time out that saved us, it was me emotionally taking a time out. I forced myself to pump the brakes just a little, and once he sensed that, it gave him the space and freedom he needed to voluntarily come back my way. Here's the bottom line. None of us are perfect in life or in love. I'm definitely not. But figuring out how to make my guy fall in love with me was definitely a milestone. By paying attention to just the 5 things I mentioned above, I was able to take a relationship that was about to die and slowly reheat it into a raging fire. It took some time, for sure, but it was noticeable progress. I think that some of these tips for how to make your guy fall in love with you can seem really simple. But the thing is that when you're right in the middle of the situation, they're very easy to miss. That's why it's always good to have a reminder for the simple things that are easy to forget and overlook in the heat of the moment. Love can be magic, but it needs to go both ways. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so we can keep making them. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and remember to click on the notification bell. Also, be sure to check out our other videos as well. Thanks for watching.